Hey guys, Micah from Black Bear Custom Kydex. Today we have a pretty straightforward project. I'm going to try to keep this one really short and sweet. We have here this beautiful buoy with a coffin style handle. I don't actually know who the maker is, and I can't quite make out the maker's mark there. But if anybody knows this maker's mark, please let me know. I love this knife. This is really cool. All right, so that's pretty much all I have to show you. No, I'm kidding. All right, so this really cool Damascus buoy. Great click going back in. These sheets are both set up identically. The only difference is the retention strap, and I'm going to show you why. This is a Cold Steel Master Tonto. And the issue with having a traditional retention point on this is that the front of the handle has this really aggressive 90-degree edge that shaves Kydex. You can actually see some Kydex shavings here. This will happen for a while yet until it gets kind of fully broken in. But it is unfortunately so aggressive that having any kind of traditional retention divot results in you shaving material off of that divot, which then lets retention go on the draw. So you have a hard time going in. It doesn't then seat fully because there's a curl of Kydex in between where it should nest and the front of the handle, and then there's less material to retain it, so it draws easier. And that just becomes a problem that compounds more and more every single time you resheath and draw. So what I opted to do with this was trim the sheath rather, down to expose that part of the handle so that this retention strap would hug it directly and keep it nested right where it's supposed to be. No draw stroke before you hit the limit. No failure on that. So it's a really nice little setup. This retention strap holds it nice and snug and everything is good. Now this is a pull the dot snap. So how it operates is you have to lift from the tip. Ironically, there is no dot because my snap setter does not actually impart the dot, but you do have to lift from the tip of the snap and you have to roll it toward the tip to close it. But there is a really, really nice mechanism built into these pull the dot snaps that keeps pressure from inside the loop from opening that. That's why you have to lift from the tip. So when you go to, pull this, it's not going to move. It's not going to accidentally pop your snap open or anything. You have to very intentionally lift that up. And then what I would actually recommend is you take your strap here, give it a twist, and just tuck it behind the sheath. That way you're free and clear to draw without accidentally slicing that. Likewise, before you put it back in, make sure that this is twisted and out of the way. Just because, as you use this, you're moving around, you're probably I'd say you run a pretty good risk of accidentally bumping this back upward. And, you can make it in without slicing that, but obviously it's an obstacle and you might snag. So it's just easier if you get it out of the way by doing that. And then you're free and clear. All right, guys. So there you go. There's the Cold Steel Master Tonto. Now with the buoy, I don't know, for whatever reason, sometimes when you first get the retention and the draw and all that on a sheath, there tends to be like a strong side, weak side as far as the draw stroke goes. And with this one, the right side, as you're looking down the length of the blade, spine up, edge down, the right side is what you want to push off of. You can do it from either side. I mean, I can get that out of there, but it feels kind of stiff. Whereas the right side, it is just such a smooth draw. So regardless of which hand you end up using this, both these are ambidextrous, by the way, but regardless of which hand you end up drawing with, you want to go off to the right side of the sheath, and it's just so smooth. Normally, I try to adjust and make both sides as symmetrical as possible as far as the feel goes, but this one has just such a nice feel on the draw. I didn't want to compromise that at all. It's just such a nice setup. The retention on this is excellent. And as you've heard several times now, it's got a really nice click going back in. So I'm very pleased with this. The setups on these are adjustable drop loops. What I mean by adjustable is you can move them down to the different hole pairs and change the ride height on these. The plates also will move a little bit, but the eyelet spacing, particularly on the Master Tonto, because of the curve, might not be perfect. So it might not be the right fit to move the plate. I wouldn't recommend moving the plate anyway, but I just had to give that little announcement there for your listening pleasure. The drop loop setup, what this means is that it's a stiff loop, in this case leather, bison leather specifically, that lets the knife hang at a more comfortable distance so that when you draw upward, you don't have to do weird motions with your upper arm, like chicken winging, putting your elbow up above your forehead to be able to draw that out of there. Now with this one, the length of it, you might still have to do that a little bit. Let me actually test it here off camera. Just a touch, but it's really not that bad. And of course, with the Master Tonto at its length, you're not going to have to do that at all. But these are really nice setups. I'm a huge fan of this drop loop setup. It's really comfortable. It's rigid, but it's still flexible. And yeah, it's just one of my favorite ways to carry. All right, so there we go. Now, what makes this video extra special is some portion of this is a birthday gift from father to son. So Vu is the dad, and his son Shalin has a birthday coming up on, I believe, the 8th of August. So 8/8, I think, is the birthday. It could just be the date they're celebrating. But anyway, Shalin, happy birthday, brother. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope this present brings you many years of joy. And guys, if you wouldn't mind, show some love to Shalin in the comments down below. Let's all wish him a happy birthday. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. So like, share, comment, subscribe. Happy birthday, Shalin. And stick around for the next video. God bless. God bless.